A very good morning, my dear students, and welcome to Digital World of Patania Public School. But in previous lecture, we learned the data types, list data type, tuple data type, and sets. As you know, Python data types string, list, tuple, dictionary are iterable. These all are iterable. Now, what do you mean by the iterable? What is the meaning of iterable here? Iterable means repeating. Iteration means looping statements. Iteration means sequential statements. These all are your iterable. Iterable and iterable is in any Python object. Iterable is a Python object that can be used as a sequence. Python, in Python, the iterable is an object that can be used as a sequence. You can go to the next item of the sequence using the next method. You can loop. Loop means iteration again and again. You can loop over an iterable, but you cannot access individual element directly. An iterable is any Python object that can return its members one at a time. Since you can access elements of string, list, tuple, and dictionary one at a time, these all are your iterables. So your string data type, list data type, tuple data type, dictionary data type, these all are your iterable. So we have already know about the string, list, tuple, and your sets. Now we are discussing here what do you mean by the dictionary? What is dictionary? As everyone know, dictionary is the storage of characters or letters and something different. But here in Python, string is your data type. Dictionary is your data type. The dictionary is an unordered set. Dictionary is not a fixed order. So dictionary is your unordered set of comma separated key value pair within curly braces. So what is the important here? Key and value. In dictionary, two important words here: key colon value. And every key is different, not same, not multiple, not duplicate values here. So key always your different value. Oh, every key is different. For example, here when we talking about this example, here your A, E, I, O, U. These all are your keys. These all are your keys. And in Python, there are unique key within a dictionary. No two keys can be the same. If you want to write down key, for example, you write down A and the value of A is 7. Then you separate it with the comma operator and always your key within the single quotes. After that, if you write down again A, it not accepted here because in dictionary no two keys can be the same. All the keys are the different, all the keys are the unique in the dictionary. So you don't write down again the same keys. So remove it from here and you write down here other key name. For example, we write down here B and then you explain it, for example 8, then you write down for example C, and then write down colon, and then you write down other value. So these all are your key and value. So in dictionary, the pair of these is very important, key and value, and always one pair separated with the comma operator, and always it defined with the curly braces. So don't be confused here. Your list always defined with the square bracket. Your tuple always defined with the parentheses, and your dictionary always defined with the curly braces, and you write down in this way. This is the proper method to write down the curly braces. Okay. So, in this example, you see here, vowel. Vowel is the name of your variable, and variable is a reference, you can say, where you add any values. So, these variable not a fixed values. So, this is your address only vowel. Vowel is a address reference where you input the values. These types, you input here keys, you input here list, you input here tuple, any values. So value is your one variable name. So here you see A, E, I, O, U. These all are your keys, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are the values of these keys. These are the value of these keys. For example, if we want to display the vowel of A, so its value always display a 1. And if we write down vowel U, then its value is 5, then the answer is 5. So between these brackets, always your keys are displayed. Always your keys are displayed. Now don't be confused. Here we use the square bracket, but here we use the curly braces, because here we define the dictionary, but here we only display the answers. Here we display the dictionary values. So specifying keys A and U inside these bracket after dictionary name give the corresponding value from the key value pair inside dictionary. For example, I value is 3, and we write down here the name of the word. You write down A, B, C, anything here. For example, we take it here A, and then we write down AI, then your output is 3. But in here, in this example, we use the variable name vowel, and in vowel, if you write down vowel O, then what is the output? Your output is 4. So this is your dictionary. In later in chapter we learn more about the dictionary, the complete chapter of your list, tuple, and dictionary, and coming chapters. So we discuss later. Following figure summarize the core data type of Python. Core data type, your main data type, your basic data type, your fundamental data type, where without these data type you don't do anything in your Python language or any other language. So what are the data types here? Data type, your first data type is your, what is data type? Data type is a type, which type of value you want to input is your data type. For example, your number data type, set data type, none data type, sequences data type, and mapping data type. In number data type, we have already learned integer data type, and in integer we have already learned boolean 0 and 1. Then we learn about the floating point data type, and then we learn already complex numbers. And sets we already learned none. None is a data type where you don't want to enter any value, then you write down none data type. Okay, just none means no any, none means no value. Here we want to input in this variable name. After that, we write down sequences. Sequences. The other data type is your sequences. In sequences, string, tuple, and list. We have already learned what is string, what is tuple, what is list. And in mapping, your dictionary. So here our data type is completed. And now the other term is your mutable and immutable. We have already discussed some parts of mutable and immutable, but here we learn mutable and immutable clearly. The complete term mutable and the immutable here. So mutable, don't be confused first. Mute-able, mute-able, and when we write down im, it means you are immutable. So mutable means your simple word changeable. Mutable means changeable or modifiable. Mutable means you are changeable or modifiable, and immutable means non-modifiable types, non-changeable types, not changeable types. Don't be confused with the value here. Immutable and mutable means not modifiable types, and modifiable types changeable or non-changeable types. So what is immutable? Immutable, don't be confused, I am saying again, immutable, the immutable types are those that can never change their value in place. The immutable types are those that can never change their value in place. Place means a address in a particular space. In Python, the following types are immutable. These all your integer, your floating, boolean, string, tuple, these all are your immutable. Immutable means not modifiable. Immutable means non-changeable type. Let us understand the concept of immutable types. In order to understand these, consider the code. For example, p is equal to 5, q is equal to, p value is 5, so q is equal to again 5, and r is equal to 5. So we'll give 5, 5, 5. But next time, for example, we give p is equal to 10, r is equal to 7, q is equal to r. Here again q is equal to r means 7. So here we input 10, 7, 7. So here question arises, ma'am, you say integer and your floating and boolean string and in tuple values are immutable, but you change it here. You first you write down 5, p is equal to 5, 5, 5, and here you write down p is equal to 10, r is equal to 7, and then q is equal to r. Then how it is immutable? Hold. After reading the above code, you can say that value of integer variable pqr could be changeable effortlessly. You can change it. Since pqr integer types, you can think that integer can be changed values. But it is not the case. Let's see how. You already know that in Python, variable names are just the reference to value objects, that is data values. So your variables are only the reference, the variable name are only the address, location where your data will be stored. For example, if you write down a is equal to 10, so here a is your variable name. And now variable name are just as the reference where you input the 10. The variable names do not store value themselves, but variable name do not have any personal value, any store any themselves value. They are not stored containers. Recall in 7.5.1 we have already discussed when we discussing about the variable. What is a variable? So we define here variable is only the reference to the value object. The variables have don't the value themselves. So I am again saying don't be confused. One time I am saying it is immutable integer and all, and now I am saying you input the value that you want. So what is the difference? Here your variable name are not changeable. Your address, your reference is not changeable here. Now consider the sample code, code 1.8.1 given above internally. How internally? Internally means your ID, what is your ID, what is the type, and these all are your internally. We discuss later next page. How Python process these assignment is explained in figure 8.2. Carefully go through figure 8.2 on the next page and then read the following lines. Okay, so first we read the 8.2 here. This is your 8.2. Okay, so now we read it first. Initially means initialization. Initialization means when you write down a is equal to 10, this is your initialization of variable. These three statements are executed. For example, here we write down 5, then Q is equal to P and R is equal to 5. So P, Q, R, everyone have the 5 value. P 5, R again 5 and Q again 5. All variable having same value reference. All variables having same value reference, the same value object. Same reference and same value objects like your 5. PQR will all reference same integer object. Here PQR all reference same integer object, means same address, same ID. Each integer value is an immutable. Each integer value is an immutable, non-changeable. So you see, internally Python keeps a count how many variables are referring a value. This is your 5 and this 5 is your value. P also refer 5, Q also refer 5, R also refer 5, and these all refer to the 5, so it refer to a particular address. This refer to the particular address. You can check, confirm it yourself using ID. We do it later. ID is a method. We use it later. The ID return the memory address where your data will be stored, to which a variable is referencing. P is equal to 5, Q is equal to P, and R is equal to 5. When you write down in Python ID 5, so its output is 145 address, your reference of this. And when you write down ID P, again you see same reference. And when you display ID Q, you see again same reference. And when you display IDR, you see same. So notice the ID is returning same memory address for 5. Here we write down direct 5. 5 where the 5 is inputted. PQR and PQR, all the ID are same. Which means all these are referencing the same. Please note, memory address depend on your operating system and will vary in different sessions. So this address change according to your system, but PQR or you write down directly 5, so on same address you store these value. You store these values. So now you read again this page. Here, so though it appears that the value of variable PQR is changing. So how you can say immutable? Immutable means not changeable, na? But here you change the value of variable PQR. Values are not changing in place. The fact is that the variable names are instead made to refer to new immutable integer object. Changing in place means modifiable the same value in the same memory location. So we say this is immutable. Integer and your floating, these all are your immutable. When the next set of statement execute, P is equal to R is P is equal to 10 and R is equal to 7 and Q is equal to R means again Q is equal to 7. Then these variable name are made to point to different integer object. That is now their memory addresses that their reference will change. The original memory address of P that was having value 5 will be the same with the same value, that is 5, but put the no longer reference. Same is for other variable. So you see here, when you write down 7, so P value is 10, Q is 7 and R is 7. So here Q and R have the same ID. Let us check their IDs. P is equal to 10, R is equal to 7 and Q is equal to R. When we want to display ID 10, so what is the output? This one. When we display IDP, again your ID is 1457662228. When we display 7, so its ID is this one. When we display Q, its ID is same when we display. So you see here Q and R are the same address, but your P is the different. But P value is 10. When you display the ID of 10, the same address. When you display the ID of P, same address. But when you display the 7 ID, differ from the P, but same for the R and same for the Q. Now if you assign 5 any other variable, 5 to any other variable, let us see what happen. T is equal to 5 ID T. Now variable T has reference memory address same as initially reference memory address of variable P. It has value 5, compare listing given below. So thus it is clear that variable names are stored as reference. Variable name don't store directly value, they only store the reference to a value object. Each time you change the value, the variable's reference memory address changes. Values of certain types are not like storage container. It is not like a storing data. It is not like a storing values with fixed memory address where value changes every time. Hence they are immutable. Hence they are immutable. So mutability means that in the same memory address, mutable. On the same memory address, new value can be stored as when you want. The types that do not support this property are immutable, and immutable means you are not changeable, not modifiable. But here when same memory address, new value can be stored as you want, this is your mutability. So now we are in next video we are talking about the mutability and mutable types, and today we have already learned here dictionary data type and immutable term. Thank you so much for watching this video. In next video we meet with the next topic.